Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. I'm Siobhan, I own Flowers by Siobhan alongside my husband Ashley. And the reason we started this channel was to be able to give you guys at home some tips, tricks of the trade of how to make your own floral products and floral arrangements. So today we're going to be looking at how to make a holly wreath. So to begin with, I'll just let you know the different things that you need. First of all, you need your holly wreath ring. You need some moss, preferably a little bit wet because that's what's going to keep your holly alive. You need some holly and you need some conifer. So to begin with, we make our holly wreath and we need to put our moss onto our holly wreath ring. This gives it, I suppose, like the old-fashioned type of oasis. This is what we used to do. So everything used to be mossed. Everything you use wires, and you put your wires into the moss, so it'll keep it nice and fresh for those couple of weeks leading up to Christmas. So today I'm going to show you how to make it, and then if you tune into our next video, I'll show you how to add all the decorations to it. So to begin with, we need to take our moss, and we need to make small sausage-like shaped clusters. We also need, something I haven't said, is we need our wire. So we need a reel of wire, and this gives it a really good, makes it really good and tight on the holly wreath. So take your moss, pop it onto your holly wreath, pop your wire around, so you're just securing your wire on the actual ring, and then place your moss over. Now what you want to do is you want to be bringing your wire over and pulling it tight, and then bringing it over and pulling it tight. Now you want to do this all the way along so that the whole ring is filled with moss. Now the trick to this is to keep the moss really, really tight. The tighter it is, the better it will hold your holly and your and all the things that you put into it, like your conifer and anything else like that. So keep bringing it over and keep pulling it tight. Right, so we've finished our moss and it's nice and secure. Now we need to start adding our conifer around the edge. And we're going to put a ring of conifer around the edge and a ring in the middle. So to do this, we need to get little bunches of conifer, which look a little bit like that, with a wire attached to them. So grab a little bit of conifer, strip the ends off, you've got a nice stem, and take maybe 2 pieces, put them together just so you get a nice thick bunch. Get a wire. Now you need to be using quite heavy wires for this. So get your wire, pop it under your conifer, bring your sides down and wire and twist it round so you've got a nice firm wired piece of conifer. You don't need it as long as this, so cut some of it off, and that's what you need to be working with, like that. So I'm going to begin by putting our piece of conifer. You need to be working just above the line of your wreath ring. So as you can see there, you can see a bit of the wreath ring. Everything that goes in needs to sit just slightly above it. So pop your conifer in. The wires will come out the other side. Turn them underneath and poke them back through. And then it's nice and secure, that is not coming out. And then you do this all along. Leave gaps in between, you don't need them to be touching. Right, so I've added all my conifer around the edge, so as you can see there's bits of gaps in between, so you want to keep it consistent all the way around. And then I've also added some conifer on the inside, exactly the same as what we did on the outside. You push it through and secure it underneath, and then you just slightly bend it to one side, and it just so that you can still keep the hole in the middle. And that's how it should look. Now what we need to do is start adding our holly into it. So I have got some conifer left over, so I'm going to be using little bits of holly, little bits of conifer. The holly, we have done exactly the same. So you've cut your holly and then secure it with your wire. So it's on a knife, but it's got to be secure, because if your wire's flimsy or it's not been tied tight enough, this will come undone. So you've got your piece of holly, and again, you don't need it quite as long as that, so you need your wire about that length. And we're going to start by putting our piece of holly right in the middle of our wreath. So you can start anywhere on your wreath, and you're just going to pop it through and then just bend it flat. And then again, get the underneath bit and secure it by putting it back into the moss. So I'm just going to carry on adding my holly and the conifer in between. So this is halfway, this is how it should look halfway. Keep adding. Don't be disheartened if it doesn't quite look round, because sometimes when you're going round, until you get to finally the bottom, you start to see it taking shape. So just keep adding your conifer, adding your holly. So, to make your bow, I'll turn this way so you can see it, you need the tail of your bow, depending how long you want it. So I'm going to have quite long tails on my bow, so I'm going to start it from about here, and you need to pinch in your ribbon and hold it in your right hand. Bend the ribbon back to give your first loop and scrunch it in again. The trick to this is don't let go of the ribbon until right at the very end. So now our ribbon is facing at the bottom. We need to bend our ribbon upwards, and we need to scrunch it in to make our second loop. Our ribbon's facing upwards, so we bend it over and make our third loop. Our ribbon's facing downwards, so we bring it up to make our fourth loop. So as you can see, it's a bow on its side. So keep it in that hand at this point. Give yourself quite a lot to work with, and then swap hands. So take your left hand, grab the middle, do not let go of it, and bring that ribbon, just scrunch it and bring it down. So both tails of your bow are now coming down together. Take your ribbon, put them at the same length. I'm just cutting mine on an angle, and there's your bow. So to secure your bow, you'll need a wire. Same wires as that we've been using before. So just take your wire, hold it through the middle of your bow, and secure it with that thumb. Now bring your right hand behind your ribbon, pull your wires down, and make sure you've got hold of your wires in one hand, your bow in the other hand, and twist your wires together. So that bow now is not coming undone. So where we've left our little gap in our holly wreath, same as we did before, with our holly, just the way we popped it in before, it's exactly the same. We've got our wires, we just put them through the middle of the holly wreath. Just put it right in the middle. And then with the stems of the wire, bring them up and poke them through the holly wreath. And this just secures your bow in place. There we go. So make sure they're both the same length. So I think one of them's a little bit longer. And there we have it, our Christmas wreath.